Hello and welcome to another edition of the MCR. My name is Mac. Filling in for TJ is one of our MCR staff, Mr. Thirsty. And we today are going to talk about what's being revealed by the left in their preferences for little boys and little girls and trafficking women against their will, by the way, because no one gets trafficked of their own will. Now, we recently reported that cartels were charging $2,500 to bring people across the border. And let's say you're Mr. Thirsty Mexican boy and you don't have it. You only have, let's say, $60. Well, what they do is they'll say, okay, Mr. Thirsty boy, we'll bring you over the border and you'll owe us interest, compounded at 30% per month. Oh, and the only way you can make some money to pay us back is, go into the Biden, visit Joe at Camp David so he can have some fun with you, that kind of thing. So that's what they do. And the Democrats in California have just basically admitted that they are all for it, in so much as they are blocking a law that will stop human trafficking, or not stop it, but put some teeth into it, making it a serious felony, which, for God's sake, kidnapping people and raping them, I would have thought that was already a serious felony. Any thoughts so far?
Well, I don't know if you've heard about it, but what the cartel actually does to track their product is they put wristbands on the people that they're sending across the border, basically like a dog collar. And they have found multiple wristbands at the border, these people trying to cut these off.
Yeah.
And it's a given. These people are actually being bought and sold, just to get across the border. But everybody hates America. America is, is the worst country in the world, but everybody is fighting and dying to get here and literally selling their children to get here.
And does that speak to how bad Mexico and Guatemala and South American countries are, or does it speak to how great America is?
Full heartedness, just like the Statue of Liberty says, bring me your weak, your come in, but just do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't jump the wall, don't cross the Rio Grande, don't just do it the right way. I have no problem with immigrants coming in here. I have no problem with that.
Here's what needs to be understood.
But we're a father of two beautiful daughters. I have two beautiful daughters. I mean, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. The thought of selling my daughter for me to get to a better place is unheard of.
It's not even possible. You can't even conceive of it.
No, I mean, I would never. I would give my own life for my children. For these people to actually sell their children into sex slavery is unfathomable to me.
Right. Well, one thing that needs to be understood about immigration, everybody that came to Ellis Island didn't get in. Some people got turned away, and some people need to get turned away at our southern border. And we all know who we're talking about. Democrats want them in because they want to do an amnesty thing and make them new Democrat voters, and they'll never lose another election.
That's the whole thing. You give people free things, and all they'll do is just take and take and take and take. They don't give anything back.
Well, when you rob Peter to pay Paul, you will always have Paul's vote.
Oh, absolutely. So, I was just telling you yesterday on the phone. I had the opportunity to get welfare, but I said no because I can make it on my own. The welfare system and what they give to the immigrants and to boost you up is supposed to be a safety net, not a way of living.
It's a handout instead of a hand up, and that's what the problem. That's where the problem comes in. But there were the Democrats. 6 Democrats voted against this bill. In a state run by Democrats, to protect children from rape, murder, sex trafficking, violence that comes with this.
Should they have been protected before?
They should have been always protected. The in a letter, Shane Harris, president of the California-based civil rights organization, called on Gavin Newsom, Democrat, California, he's the governor there, as you know, to take action against the human trafficking that's putting child lives at stake. However, they are not interested in doing it. It was not too long ago, and I'll beat this drum every opportunity that it comes up, Elton John says he's not going to perform in the United States because we have anti-grooming laws. He's against anti-grooming laws because that tells me he's for grooming.
Well, wasn't Elton John on the Alito Express checklist?
I don't know. I can't say one way or the other.
I think he was.
Would I be shocked? No.
I think he was on the same flight with what's his name over in England. No.
Oh, Prince Andrew, the Duchess of York. Yeah, so they have no interest. They got their hands in this. I can only imagine the money they're making that they don't want to give up. That's why they can't have a guy like Donald Trump around, because he was fighting to stop their gravy train of money.
Well, that's like I spoke in the previous video. It's Trump was never in the system, and that's why they hate Trump, is because he can't be bought. He has his own money. He can't be lobbied. That's why they hate Trump. He was never in the clique.
No.
Yeah. So.
Although by his own admission, he did use those people.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. For his own
purposes. They, the left, the
mainstream
media. They're talking about how Trump was friends with Epstein, and Epstein stayed at Mar-a-Lago. But what they don't tell you is that once Trump found out what Epstein was into, he banned him from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
They don't
he said at first, I like the guy, but then not so much after.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's wrong with that?
Yeah, see, they don't tell you the full story.
Yeah. Or they're telling you a completely false story, which people eat up because they're cheap. Yeah. We see it. Yeah.
It's all about clicks and views.
Yeah. Well, we did a video not so long ago about the story, and I'm sure you're familiar with it here in Michigan. A guy, to get revenge on his ex-girlfriend, kidnapped her daughter, murdered her, and then he got caught. This was after he stabbed the woman a number of times, and she was able to escape for help, but the girl was left behind. He took her and he murdered her. So some of the comments we got were, well, that little one, she would have just turned out to be a she-boon anyway. So this is the kind of mindset's out there with some people. They don't care about a 2-year-old kid. They'll tell you they're conservative and all. There's no part of being conservative that doesn't say protect the life of children. No matter what their skin color is. Those people who make those kind of comments on this channel, they get gone. They're blocked immediately.
I'll say it right now. I'll protect your child, I'll protect my child, and I'll protect everybody's child as if they're my own.
Right, as it should be. So we know where the Democrats stand on child trafficking. They're all in. They love it. Hell, they'd like to have a pet boy or girl of their own. So with that, I'll wrap it up with, as we always say, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.